Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley's over yonder. He's pondering something. We're having deep off-the-air discussions before we came on the air.
We are, and you puzzle me sometimes.
Well, so we're talking. Okay, here's what we're talking about. If you haven't seen it, going around, there's a video from about 1980 that's been floating around the interwebs of Linda Carter at some kind of TV special. And she's singing I Was Made for Loving You by Kiss, and they've got a bunch of male dancers done up in Kiss makeup. And my whole thought of the whole thing was, back when Linda Carter was Wonder Woman, I was impressed by her amazing wrist cuffs and the lasso thing.
Yes,
I was like, wow, look at that.
Wonderful.
Now being almost 50, I see Linda Carter and I go, wow, look at other things.
Right. No, but then we started talking about Loni. We were talking about the vintage, incredibly.
Who was good looking when we were too young to understand who was really good looking?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I think maybe we were more even spot on then, because the Loni Anderson thing. When I think back to Loni Anderson WKRP era, you thought she was an area. You're like, oh, what? You kind of poop. Nobody. When we're talking, Battle of the Network Stars, we're talking, WKRP. We're talking a lot of TV movies. She was at the apex of late 70s, early 80s beauty. I don't think there would. I'm not even sure who's comparable.
Well, you got Farrah
she
Fawcett.
Was pre-Heather Locklear. She was pre-Heather Locklear, kind of post-Farrah Fawcett. I mean, Farrah was still there, but not really in the 80s. But
Loni Anderson,
you kind of
don't get me wrong.
Loni Anderson, to me, it just is insanity.
I didn't diss her. I just simply said that
dismissed her.
I'm not into the buxom blondes like you are.
I'm not into obvious, incredible, gorgeous beauty that is Loni Anderson.
And in all honesty, we've had this argument for how many years now?
It saddens
and it always
me that
circles
you have
back.
Your lack of appreciation. You try. This is what you do. You try and pretend to be somehow deeper than me by throwing out a Linda Carter when everybody thought Linda Carter was attractive. Nobody's going to say no. But then I throw out a Loni Anderson. Oh no, she can't be because she's blonde. You have an anti-blonde bias, which is ironic because you married a lovely blonde yourself.
She's not blonde.
Yes, she is.
Dude, go look at a picture.
Blonde. Brown, sandy blonde.
Cindy's got
Dirty
brown hair.
Blonde. There's a hint. There's a hint of blonde there.
She's got brown hair.
My point being, you have an anti-blonde bias when it comes to attractive actresses of the early 80s.
Well,
and I find that
my point is this.
And morally wrong.
You have a well-endowed dumb blonde fetish.
No, not at all.
You really do.
Not at all.
You do.
Not at all.
You like them dumb and blonde because it makes you feel smart.
No, not at all.
Oh, yes, it does.
That is not true.
You roll up on them and you're like, here, I'm going to do my Dave impression. Hi there, I'm Dave. Have you seen me from TV? I drink scotch as well, and I noticed you got blonde hair. Did I mention I have a degree in Elizabethan poetry I'm still paying for? By the way, I'm on TV and I tweet traffic.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
You have no idea about my social skills or how I go about living my life on a Friday or Saturday. Never.
Some of the scariest moments of my life, I have seen your social skills.
No,
remember the time when you were a priest out dancing in the middle of the...
Yes, I know. You keep bringing that up, which was over a decade ago, back, when I was, a devil may care late 30-something. And now, I'm an established mid-40s, I'm a man about town, if you will.
Great. Well,
a renaissance.
Be a man about news right now because, seriously, you're giving me a headache and I got a full day ahead of me.
All right, let's get into it. Let's start with talking about what we're not going to talk about, which was the Michael Cohen hearings, which I have to say that's great political theater. You know how I am with this stuff. It was awesome, both sides. I want to applaud the hypocrisy from both the left and the right.
Yes, I'll give you that.
It was grandstanding at its utmost. You had Trump's professional liar up there. And Trump can lie himself. He didn't really need Cohen to do a lot of that bidding. But then you had Debbie Wasserman Schultz questioning him on Russian collusion, which is incredibly ironic when you take into account the fact that she helped collude to get Hillary Clinton the nomination over Bernie Sanders. But that's neither here nor there. It was the guys, the Republicans being like, oh my God, I can't believe we're having these hearings. The people on the left going, it was mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
But once again, great performances all the way around. What I didn't appreciate is it preempted the Bold and the Beautiful at 1:30.
Oh my God!
I wanted to see what was going on with the situation with the Steffi and Hope's. Whose kid is it? We don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on there. I don't want to get into that, but
you see, I thought you went and worked countertops all day, but you're telling me you're following the Bold and the Beautiful?
Yeah, I was making counter. That was on the lunch break.
Oh, okay.
Took a lunch break, and then we take the lunch break, and I was enjoying some of the Cohen hearings. I thought, okay, this is nice, but let's move on to some better acting, and didn't get to see that, so that was unfortunate.
Yes.
But hey, speaking of Trump, President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un ended without a deal at their summit in Vietnam. The president claimed he was, quote, in no rush to demand denuclearization from the North. Of course not. The sanctions which continue against the communist regime remain a sticking point. This was the second summit between Trump and Kim. I love how they're buddies. This is great. And this is, like I said, another bit of hypocrisy, because if this were Barack Obama doing this, Republicans would be incensed.
Yeah.
Instead, they're saying, no, we got to have good relations with the North. And Democrats are all like, no, this is horrible. You can't, when they would be doing the complete reverse. It's the height of hypocrisy.
You know what killed me yesterday?
Worthy and just stupid. Go ahead.
They're at their dinner, or they're sitting in their chairs, or whatever they're doing. I don't remember exactly where they were, but dude, I'm sorry, but you don't call somebody who operates government-run slavery and kills people, you don't call them a great leader of a country. I'm sitting there in the chair, and I'm like, he's a great leader. And I'm like, oh my God, did he just say that?
Yeah.
You're applauding a dictator that will kill somebody. Just, hey,
right.
Oh, good morning. Unbelievable.
He's a good man.
Unbelievable.
I take him at his word. I love that. It's like he said he didn't have anything to do with that student's bodily injuries and coming home in a coma, but I'll take him at his word. Oh man. I love it. Go back.
And on Netflix right now, they've got those Morgan Freeman shows, The Story of Us and The Story of God. Go back and watch the one on The Story of Us about the guy that escaped the North Korean prison system and the slavery system over there. My God.
We don't understand. And when people start talking about socialism and communism and well, they really haven't been done correctly. No, that's what it leads to. That's what that leads to. It leads to genocide. It leads to starvation. It leads to the most horrific things imaginable. Now, you can go too far on the right. You can go to fascism, and that leads you to Hitler, or you go too far on the communist end, and that leads you to what goes on in North Korea, what's going on in Russia, what went on in Russia under Stalin, and the like, and Mao's China, and all that. See, we got to, appreciate what we have here, because it ain't that way in a lot of other places. So understand and appreciate where we are, and that we're here and we're not them. That's what we need to do more of, I think. Anyway, what else is going on? Hey, walking could kill you. That's good to know.
I try to avoid it.
Yeah, pedestrian deaths apparently on the rise. In fact, the number of pedestrians killed in the U.S. In 2018 was the highest since 1990. More than 6,200 were killed last year. That's up 4% from 2017. Like I said, and a lot of it, they say, it's part of it is distracted driving. Part of it is distracted pedestrian. You got to see who's, You're on your. Everybody's walking, looking at their phones. So all of a sudden you're in traffic. Did I tell you what happened?
No.
This happened about a week ago. I almost ran over somebody.
Really?
I'm driving down Division Avenue. I got Max with me, and this lady is pulled off to the side, and if I wasn't as aware as I always am, I'm always waiting for somebody to do something stupid. That's why I drive very, very slowly and carefully. This woman walks around the front of her car in the snow and slips.
Ooh.
And her body I would have run over her legs easily if I wasn't thinking, I don't know what she's doing. And I start to veer off to the left. And if I don't do that, I run over her legs.
Oh my God.
Without question.
Let me ask you this.
Again, I don't want to call myself a hero, but I'm kind of.
I got a question about.
Go ahead.
You got Max in the car and you're in Division?
On Division.
Yeah. Are you looking for a discount because you have kids?
What are you talking about? My holy Lord.
I'm just saying, you know what goes on Division.
I am going to go ahead and do what I do. Rising above.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're
comments in your
it's an honest question.
No, it's not.
You're like, hey, you got a kid in the car. Can I get a break on the price?
First of all, if you were one to
I'll drop him off at Grandma's. I promise.
If you were one to do that, nobody uses the streets anymore. I don't believe.
Nobody does what?
Think. Nobody that would. What's the word? I want to be very delicate here. One who would try to contract out.
Okay. They don't use that street anymore.
That type of carrying on. I don't think they use the streets. I think they use other means.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming is done now.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, my mistake then.
I think you were thinking about the early 90s, the late 80s with what was used to be going on in the mean streets of Grand Rapids. Anyway, finally, the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians still awaiting a decision on the casino proposal at the former Great Lakes Downs. The $180 million proposal could mean 1,500 jobs in Muskegon County. A decision is now expected to come late this summer. Why they're dragging their feet on this? Because they're going to they're ready to roll. They're ready to start breaking ground as soon as they get the go-ahead, and they're going to get the go-ahead on this. Why it's taken this long? Now, part of it, they blame the government shutdown, but and that did play a part because this was supposed to
but you
got to
keep this in mind, too. But, I mean, it feels like a long time for us, right?
But they've been doing this for a decade.
But
they've been trying to get this through for 10 years.
Dude, I couldn't agree more. It feels like a long time, right? Gun Lake took 25.
Okay. Fair enough.
But
that was then, this is now.
I agree.
People.
That was then, this is now. It doesn't mean the government moves any faster.
I know. Yeah.
I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong.
I'm
trying to envision the nights that you come out of there in a barrel and you're like, I don't have any gas money. Can I sleep on your couch? No, Dave, the parking lot's right there. You're welcome to stay in the parking lot.
I got to get back into the blackjack. I haven't done that for a while. I'm in the black playing blackjack.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
I'm telling you. You want to trust me on this. If you see me at a table, like either at Gun Lake or in the future at the Great Lakes Downs, the former Great Lakes Downs,
yes,
with the fine band of Ottawa Indians, you want to grab a chair, sit up next to me. You may be able to retire.
Oh, all right.
I'll tell you that. I mean, if you're a higher roller than I am, I sit at the $10 tables.
Ooh.
So anyway, sports, Michigan, Nebraska tonight. This is the home finale, senior night for the kids in Ann Arbor. So we'll see what they can do. Ranked number 9, trying to bounce back after getting upset by Sparty at home last Sunday. We'll see if they can lick their wounds and come home with a win. Tip-off, I believe, 7 o'clock tonight. That's sports.
Have yourself a great Thursday, and tune in tonight to MuskegonChannel.com at 7:30 for Muskegon Tonight Live.
Sweet.
Thank you.
All right.